champion Tom Olszta of Sturbridge, Massachusetts faces the challenge of former champion Fran Onorato of Natick, Massachusetts on Candlepin bowling. Hi, everybody. Welcome once again to Candlepin Bowling. I'm Don Gillis, and always speaking for the whole crew when I say we're sure glad you could join us here at the Fairway in Natick, Massachusetts for 3 strings of Candlepin bowling, total pinfall to determine our winner. Each bowler takes home a permanent souvenir. These are provided by Din Brothers of Boston and Holyoke and will be properly inscribed with their name and the date and so forth. Each takes home some guaranteed prize money. $1,200 is guaranteed. $700 to the winner, half of that, $350 to the runner-up. $50 available to the winner of each string, and if they tie a string, we split that. No, we don't. It's just basically $50 a piece anyway, if they do tie. An extra $100 for going over 400. Many other opportunities. You know them, they know them, but for anybody who's tuning in for the first time, we'll remind you as we go along. We have a beauty today, 2 of the all-time all-timers. All right, let's talk to them. Fran Onorato, you son of a gun. I tell you, I don't know what it is, but I want to get a jar of that Fountain of Youth water or whatever it is that you're taking.
Oh, red wine.
Oh, no. You look absolutely great. And, you know, you go back such a long time. You had a long, long streak on here yourself.
Not as long as this guy.
No, I know, but you were on for 13 weeks, and right. I mean, you've got so many records, it would take me out. We wouldn't get to bowling if I ran down some of the records you have. And I noticed, too, that you're not superstitious, because you have brand new shoes, right?
That's correct. Yeah, I had a problem.
They don't bother you. But, no. You know, there's another guy who, he's
on his bare feet, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
Well, I know. And I know a lot of people get a kick out of it, but hey, if it makes you feel comfortable and you say, if I change, I don't want to change anything as long as I'm rolling along, especially 22 in a row. Huh?
Yeah, right now, I'm not going to change a thing.
Yeah, well, I can understand that. Well, you're both, as far as I'm concerned, Hall of Famers, and it should be a great show, and we'll get underway right after this. Challenger Fran Onorato, high single 209, high triple 480, league average 120. A triangle to work on made up of the 2-4-5. And he begins with a spare. This is his 44th appearance on this program. 44th. The bonus ball nets him 7, leaves the 4 and 7 over on the left, the 3-pin on the right, with a piece of wood to the right of the 3-pin and in front of the 4. Nope, 7 pins still there. Tom Olszta, high single 209, high triple 504, league average 136. Even the many, many of you who have limited or have no sight know that that was a strike. You could tell. First bonus ball gets him 5, leaves the 4 horsemen. Ralph Stewart calls time, and he's gone to get a piece of wood that is just now rolled into the left gutter. Ralph gets it out of there and gets ahead. It's the 4 horsemen left side with the 8-pin and back. And for a spare, no, missed the head pin. The fill is 8. And it will be 8 in the box. Now, Fran Onorato coming back. Spare leave on the right side, the 3 and the 6. Fran has won so many titles. He has a spare. Missed the head pin. Just 3. 5 pins on the left, 4 horsemen, and the 8 pin over on the right, the 6 and 10. Oh, a pretty shot for a 10. Very, very pretty. Tom Olszta with an all-time record of 22 consecutive victories. Now looking at the 3, 5, 6, and 10. Everything except the 10. Roadblock. Leaves him with the 9. Tom representing the Monson Lanes. His roll-off was a long time ago. Wow, because he came on for the first time last July. Then was off, obviously, during the time when the ladies were on, and then back again. He had a 686 in that roll-off. Fran Onorato had a 709 in winning his roll-off. 7 pins still there. Fran, who lives here in Natick, obviously, representing this lane, the Fairway Sports World. As always, after 4 in the first and in the second, we take a check on the scoreboard, and our challenger, Fran Onorato, is leading at this moment by 5, 50-45. Fran Onorato. Spare leave, 1 and 2. He has it, another mark. Seven is the fill. He missed the head pin. He left the 1 and 2 and also the 10. 3 pieces of wood in back of the 1 and 2. He got it. 2 in a row. Now, Tom Olszta. Tom missed the head pin. He's left the 4 horsemen left side, the 8 in back, and over on the right-hand corner, the 10 with wood in front of it. Took care of everything on the left. Ten.
Now, Tommy.
2 full on the head pin. He's left 5, 3 on the right. A side saddle triangle made up of the 3, the 6, and the 9. And over on the left, forward 7 with wood in front. Left the 4 pin. Al Giglio, as usual, keeping score on the electronic scoreboard. Patrick McDougall filling in for Keith Williams today. Fran Onorato on the line. This is worth $50. Spread eagle, 2 full on the head pin, and he punched out 4. The 1, the 5, the 8, the 9.
When you yell like that, you're only going to screw up the bowler. Why don't you just keep
Ralph on the lob line judge and referee. A 10.
He's never done this before.
He's looking now at 1, 2, 8, and on the right, 6 and 10. Still 3 there, the 1, 6, and 10. It's a 7 box. He has a spare lead, the 2 and the 4. Made it. All right, spare in the 7. Down by 16 as he goes into the 7th and 8th boxes. The fill is 8. He has 2 pins to pick up on the right. 3 and 6. And he's got him. Now Fran Onorato. One of the all-timers. He goes way back to the 60s. 4 horsemen right side and the 8 pin. It's tough. Not quite. He left the 3 and the 8. It's a 9. Fran's first appearance on our show was the 14th of December, 1963. Over 30 years ago. They keep tumbling, and it's a backdoor strike. First ball nets him 6 and leaves the 2, 4, 7, and on the right, the 6 pin. Eight more. 125. Now Tom Olszta has 2 marks in a row. He's at 93 through 8. Thin hit. He has left the 3, 6, 10, then the 5, and then the 4 and the 7. 4, 7, and 10. Got a 10. And tied now. Fran Onorato, as you know, had 18 pins in the 10th box with a strike and an 8 fill. Tommy has to get the 7 pin, and he has to be very careful. There is wood to the right of it, a lot of it, but it could divert. He got it. All right, spare in the 10th. Now, 117. And here is the fill, and he got 7. So Fran Onorato has won the first string and $50 in bonus money by 1 pin. 125, 124. In the middle frame, middle string, I'll get to it. The defending champion leads off. Here's Tom Olszta. He's used to doing that. 2 pins to pick up. 3 and 8. Oh, all around it, but he did not get the 8. Ralph Stewart calls time. He wants to go get the piece of wood that is down and is now rolling back. Rolling back and touching the 8 pin. A lot of encouragement and people hoping that it would come back hard enough to knock the pin over for a spare, but instead it's a 10. Object pin becomes the 2 pin. He's got 2, 5, 7 and 8 and 10. 5, 8, and 10 still there. It's an 8 box. I've mentioned our scorekeeper and our loud line judge and referee, Ralph Stewart. Phil Rubin, of course, is our producer and director. Don Riley is our statistician and coordinator. Now, Fran Onorato on lane 2 here at the fairway. Spare leave. 6 and 10. Wood in between and wood to the left of the 6 pin. He's got it, and he begins the middle string with a spare. Our crew today: Skip Peabody, Jeff Sullivan, Ron Schindler, Ken Sullivan, and in post-production videotape, George Ellard. Missed the head pin, but did get 6. Now looking at 1, 3, 6, and then the 8 pin. Waited for some wood to quiet down. Now fires and looked good at first, but he got just 2. The 1 and 3. 6 and 8 still there. It's a 9. A lot of men and women out there who are Candlepin bowlers are setting their sights on this year's 100% handicap tournament. Tom Olszta has 2 to pick up, the 5 and the 8. Got the 5, but he was a little too thin, and as a result, it went left and then bounced off the sidewall and went into the pit. So it's a 10. For that 100% handicap tournament, the events include teams, mixed teams, doubles, singles, and all events. Everything down except the 10. And he missed it. Most unusual. For the higher average bowler, last year's brand new Massachusetts Classic is back again, and this year the NBA is adding another $10,000 to the Classic prize fund. Tom missing on both sides of the 10 pin. Now Fran Onorato, today's challenger. Good setup for him right now. He has the 2 and the 8, and there are 2 pieces of wood in between. He has it. Another spare. If you want any more information about the state tournament, you just check with your nearest Massachusetts Bowling Association lane. Fran Onorato gets 5, and a little tumbling action over in lane 2, so Fran has reached over and reset that. He has a piece of wood rolling around on lane 3, so that's what he's waiting for. Right behind the 4 horsemen, 1, 2, 4, 7, and slightly in front of the 9-pin. Tough one to make, but maybe that piece of wood will help. Let's see. Everything down except the 7-pin. Once again, waiting for wood to settle down. Now for a 10. A comebacker. He missed it, and then the piece of wood went flying over to one side and came back again. All right, after 4 boxes of the middle string right now, it was 1 pin separating our bowlers, as you know, after 1 with Fran Onorato in the lead. He has added 13 more pins to that, and now leads by 14, 50 to 37 here. All right, coming up to the halfway point in the match, and Tom Olszta behind by 14. Missed the head pin, left 4 horsemen on the left side and the 9-pin. There's no wood, no favorable wood, so this will be a tough one to make. I'll tell you, that's worth another look, because anybody who has ever had that leave in Candlepin bowling knows how tough it is to pick up the 4 horsemen plus the back pin, especially when it's... Oh, no! Just 2. Two for a fill, and he still has 6 pins, and it's a 7. So despite the mark, he did not get even 20 pins in those 2 boxes. Now Fran Onorato. Four horsemen right side with wood, and in back the 8-pin. 2 pieces of wood, 1 behind the 1, 1 to the right of the 1, and in front of the 3. There are still 4 pins there. Cleaned it up for a 10. I mentioned that Fran's first appearance on our show was 30 years ago in 1963. Tom's first appearance was a little over 20 years ago in 1973. 7, 9, 10, 3 pieces of wood all together, and they're rolling around together. They haven't stopped yet, but they are stopping just about where number 1 would be. And for those of you who are blind and unsighted, they're angled, all 3 side by side, pointing towards the 9 and 10. And Fran got 2 of the 3, but did not get the 10-pin. Made a 10. A 15-pin lead for our challenger, Fran Onorato. 2 pins rocking, particularly the 7-pin rocking back and forth, and the 9. He's got a piece of wood to the left of the 9 and one to the right of it. He made it. Pretty spare, pretty spare. He comes back with a 9-pin drop. Single pin to pick up the 6. And a piece of wood rolling around to the left, so he has to wait, even though he would love to fire at it. Now it has stopped. It's off to the left. He goes right after. Oh, he missed it. It's rare when he misses, but today he has missed a couple single pins that would have been marks. Now Fran Onorato, today's challenger. Strike! Spread eagle, punching out 1-5-8-9. Going for the right side, got just 2 of them. In 1969 and 1970, Fran Onorato was the state all-events champion. They met once before back in 1983, and Tom Olszta won that one. 2 full. Three, 6, 10 over on the right, 4-pin on the left, 4-pin still there. $10. 95. Spare leave on the right, made up of the 3, the 6, and the 10. And yes! So as he did in the first string, he's a spare in the last box. Only 3 marks in this middle string. The fill. Eight more. Now Fran Onorato. He has a strike. First bonus ball. Oh, so close to 2 strikes in a row. Would that have been exciting? As you know, 3 strikes in a row in the same string worth $1,000. He has a spare. $123 plus. Plus 7 more, 130. And another $50 in bonus money goes to our challenger, Fran Onorato. He has won the first and the second string, each worth $50. Our challenger, Fran Onorato, leading it off in the third string and leading by 18. Another spare leave. The 6 and 10 with Wood right across it. Too far to the right, and he did not get it. He got the 10, hit the piece of wood a little too far to the right, spun it around, and did not pick up the 6. Now for a 10. Nope. It's a 9. Missed the single pin. It's still there. So, 2 spare leaves in the first and second boxes, which Fran Onorato did not pick up. Now, whether Tom Olszta can take advantage of that or not, we must wait and see. Not that way. He punched out the middle, then picked up the 6 and the 10 as a little bit of a bonus. But he has 5 pins standing, 2, 4, 7, 8, and he also has the 5 pin. The 7 pin still there. All right, he picked up the 7. He picked up 1 pin. Now trails by 17. 2 full on the head pin, and he punched out the 1, the 5, and the 9. Missed the 3 pin, got the 6 and 10. He's opposite a 9 box. And he's facing 5 pins. Okay, it's back again to an 18-pin lead for this man. That's what I was waiting for, Fran Onorato. Ralph Stewart calls time, wants to take a check on the setup of pins that have toppled to see if anything needs to be removed. He has indicated that everything is okay and in play. Object pin becomes the 2 pin, and he got everything except the 9 pin. It's a 10. Two full. Many, many titles won by this man, Fran Onorato. He teamed with the late and great Stacia Zernicke for doubles champion. That was an international champion. They used to refer to it as the World Championship, but we obviously know that the world is pretty much New England. Here's a strike. Tom Olszta has come back with a strike opposite. A 10. First bonus ball. No, it went off to the left. You could see that. He got 5 on it, and he has left the 1, the 3, the 9, and then over on the left it's the 6 and, the 4 and the 7. So the total fill is 7. And it's 8 in the box. Six boxes to go and a 12-pin lead for our challenger, Fran Onorato. One, 3, 6, and 9, and the 5 and 8. 8-pin didn't go. Everything else went. Don Santiago of Falmouth will be our challenger next week. He's been on our championship show. Is it going to go? No, the 5-pin rocked back and forth but did not go for a strike. However, it's still available for a spare. He's got it. Too full on the head pin for Tom Olszta. Over on the right, 3, 6, and 10 with wood to the left of the 3, 4, and 7 over on the left. 6-pin didn't go. He's got it for a 10. That matches the 10 that Fran Onorato had, and Fran's lead remains 12. Now Tommy opposite a spare by Fran Onorato. Everything down except the 10-pin. For a spare? Yes. So he has matched spares. However, we're getting down to the final 4 boxes, and Fran Onorato has the lead by 12. Let's see now what each gets as a fill here in the 6th. Fran Onorato has 7, and it's convertible to a spare. It's the 1 and the 3 and the 6. He's got it. First 2 marks in the 3rd string for our challenger, and they are back to back. Six, 2, 4, 7, and 8. Again, Ralph has to call time because there is a piece of wood which, from here, it appears as if, oh, now it is behind the deadwood line. I'm not sure whether he can, this may make it very difficult for him to come in, because if he hits that, it might be diverted. Well, he went past it all right. However, in doing that, he couldn't get the 8-pin. There's the 8-pin. Good pinning. Now down to 4 boxes for Tom Olszta, 2 boxes for Fran Onorato. Fran in the lead by 12, pending what happens here. Here's a fill, and Tom Olszta gets both corners full. The drop is 8, however, he's got 7 and 10. 2 pieces of wood coming out toward the middle. And if it stays where it is, he should, it's about right where number 1 could be. 2 pieces of wood. Ball go one way, the wood go the other. It didn't work, and he can't figure it out because he thought he hit it perfectly. He did get the 10, but the 7 still there, and it's still there. 9, and that is opposite spare and 6. So the lead now goes to 18 for our challenger. It's a strike. Slow motion strike, but it's a strike. Now Fran Onorato for his final 2 boxes. 1, 6, 7, 8, 10. Or if you prefer 6 and 10 on the right with wood in front of it, 1 up front and over on the left, 7 and 8. Oh, what a great shot! I started to say great try, but we had to wait while a piece of wood came rolling across. He got 8, and he has left the corners full. Ralph Stewart goes down and gets a piece of wood that has come up. Now there is 1 piece of wood up against the 7. Now another is rolling up against the 7, but going to roll back again probably to about where number 1 would be. So if you can see the picture, for those of you who are unsighted, I'm trying to set it up for you. 1 piece of wood against the 7, the 10 alone, and another piece of wood out about where number 1 would be. No, it didn't work. It's a 9. Tom Olszta. This is the first bonus ball, and it's 2 full on the head pin, and he gets a spread eagle. Needs a 136 to win, so he would almost have to. Well, let's see. He's right now at. He got 10. So he has to do what he has done before, which is, and that's it. That's it. We have a new champion, and Tom Olszta has finally been defeated after 22 consecutive weeks. You can hear the applause for Tom. 22 consecutive victories. And finally, Fran Onorato. And great hand for Tommy. Great hand for Tommy. A standing O in most cases. What a run. 22 consecutive weeks. Oh, my. Wow, wow, wow. Let's see. When did this all begin? It was in July. I know that. Well, anyway, I'll have it when I come back. Fran Onorato wins another $50 for winning the 3rd string by 1, and the final score is 372 to 353. We have some business to take care of here. We have $850. Perhaps we're going to give away today. Who knows? The total, as you know, is $725, and we allow 10 either side. And if it's anywhere within that span of 20 pins, that person will win $850. These cards all coming from you folks out there. And you know, of course, that when I draw a card, even if it's nowhere near that, that person is going to be rewarded with a handsome gift from the Parker Pen Company. All right. $850, $725. This one comes from Holyoke, Massachusetts, Thomas Griffin, and it's going to go to 900. His guess is 680. All right. We have a high-low jackpot. It's been climbing, Fran. You get first shot at it. $625 for knocking down those 3 pins. Thomas. How about it? Here he is. You son of a gun. 22 consecutive weeks. Just a fantastic performance.
It's been a long run, a nice run, and I had fun, and I want to thank everybody for supporting me. They were great, and you were great, and I lost to a great guy here. What can I say? Fran Onorato is one heck of a bowler.
You know what he'd like to do? He'd like to join you in August because you're coming back in August. Right now, you're leading for our championship show. You and Janet Parker are the only two that are over 400 right now.
I'm sure Franny will be there.
He's got that gleam in his eye.
Take another shot at him, right, Fran? He doesn't mind.
$350 and another trophy from Din Brothers, and God bless you. It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
I'll tell you. Something else, huh?
Yeah,
But you,
great.
but listen, you are too, because you're a Hall of Famer, you son of a gun. You go back, I mean, we go back a long, long time to the 60s, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the program began in 58, and you came on about 5 years later, around 63, huh?
Yep, 63 the first time, and I got back 66 on my streak.
And you joined Stacia Zernike in winning the World Doubles Championship,
Yes,
and you
John
joined
Riley.
and Flash Harper, and
Pete Iannuzzo.
and you were on
Great names.
You got $700 and $150 in bonus money, a gift certificate from Rotman's Furniture of Worcester, $50 for being our marksman of the day, and you just keep rolling along, you son of a gun, huh?
Do the best I can.
That's what I try to do,
Yeah,
too.
really.
Don Santiago, Falmouth is going to be your challenger next week. I'll look forward to seeing you. Maybe you're going to start a streak, too, again.
I hope so. I'd like to lose my 20 seconds.
Okay, that's it. Don Santiago against Fran Onorato next Saturday. Bye-bye, everybody.